Hi everyone, welcome to the Coach's Corner. I am your host, Scott Wagner, and we are on the campus of West Virginia State University and right in the middle of basketball season. Later on the show we have on Coach Poor and starting forward Will Thomas, but now we welcome women's head basketball coach Renee Bostic. Welcome to the show, Coach.
Thank you.
We're coming off the big win against Shepherd, where you held Shepherd to 49 points. Gauge your team's performance in that game.
Obviously, we played well because we won, and that's always a good thing for us. It was a team effort, and it was a total 40-minute effort, which I think is pivotal for us moving on towards the end of the season.
Now you played them early in the season. You also able to win that game. Did you have a different game plan, maybe defensively going in?
Earlier in the season when we played them, we actually came up short. We lost by 7, and we lost by 7 because of jump shots, and that was our biggest focus, was to come out and stop their open jump shots. The first game we played them, they were shooting probably almost 40% from the three-point line, and we dug ourselves a 15-point hole on the road. We were able to battle back at halftime and only be down 6, but it was those early jump shots that really kind of put a nail in our coffin, and that's what we really were focusing on, was getting out on the guards, playing really good on the ball pressure, and playing passing lanes one pass away, and being in good help side defense.
Now, really a balanced attack offensively for the Lady Yellow Jackets against Shepherd in this past game. You saw production from almost every spot on the floor, and when this team plays balanced basketball offensively, it seems like they're really tough to stop.
Yeah, we have a lot of good individual players. We're all great players when we play together as a team, and I think we got a total team effort. From the person who gets the least minutes on our team to the person that gets the most minutes. I think everybody came in with an attitude that we were going to play as a team, and we're going to do whatever we needed to do and just be tough and make sacrifices for the greater good.
Now, there was a very smooth rotation of the bigs in this game between Chelsea Davis, Janelle Williams, and Asia Greenleaf. All of them produced a lot of minutes, and they produced out there on the floor, filling up the stat sheet. Talk a little bit about the rotation, having 3 solid bigs in there in the post.
Well, we're really excited for our 3 freshmen, our 3 big freshmen, to be such assets to us early in their careers. They all came out, and they all have different niches for our team. Janelle Williams is our biggest post, and she's a huge factor. And when she gets going, it's just hard to stop her, and she's just a big presence in the middle. Asia Greenleaf is a very smart player. She does a lot of things that don't necessarily show up on the stat sheet, but in all of our successes, she's had a pivotal part in it, whether leading the team in steals, getting a couple of key block shots, and then without question, Chelsea Davis has just been a tremendous player for us down the stretch. Almost every game she's played in conference, she's had a double-double. She's gotten some key block shots. She's hit some good shots for us down the stretch of the game, and players are focusing on her, so she actually takes a little bit of the heat off of her other 2 post players, because when she's in, she's commanding double and triple teams now.
Now, what about Melissa Ford? She seems, coming into the season, thought she was going to be more of a post. Now she's handling the ball, shooting the ball from 3 a lot more here lately than she was at the beginning of the season. How about the evolution of her game and her versatility allows you to do as a coach?
Well, Melissa is a tremendous player for us, too. She's elevated her game over the summertime, where she's worked on her handle a little bit more. She's worked on that shot that she's always had, because she's a jump shooter and she elevates. So she just had to work on the consistency of just pulling it out a little bit further away from the basket. She hit a couple of 3-point shots for us versus Shepherd. She can take the ball to the basket. So she's always going to be an offensive threat whenever she has the ball.
Now, Asia Greenleaf, of course, you touched on it a little bit. She started every game this season. She really seems to set the tone defensively for this ball team.
Yeah, like I said, Asia's a very smart player, and she's pivotal for us in our success. She's suffered from a little bit of foul trouble, and when she gets in foul trouble, she usually doesn't get a chance to play the minutes that we need her to play for us to be successful. But when she's not fouling, she knows where she needs to be. We would like her to be a little bit more offensively minded sometimes. But she's going to grow into that.
Now, talk a little bit about Janelle Williams. You said how tough she is to stop. What are some of the things offensively you do in the game plan to try to make sure she touches the ball in the post?
Well, she She's a very big girl. She's probably the biggest girl that we've had here in our tenure. So she commands a lot of space on the block, which is helpful to us because it allows us to spread things out a little bit more. And she's becoming a much better passer because when she's getting the ball now, she's also attracting double teams. So she's able now to pass the ball out of the post and get an assist, which is just as good to us as a 2-point scorer.
Now, Avery Hale, she has really taken her game to a new level. We talk about her every week just because every week she seems like she's getting better and better. And as she gets better, this team really looks like it really depends on her to handle that basketball.
Yeah, Avery is helping us out. I mean, you saw we had a tough game at Seton Hill, and we had a tough game at Seton Hill because Avery only attempted 5 shots. When she's up there in 10, 15, 16 shots, we're successful because she has a tremendous ability to get to the basket. She's a great defender. She gets in there, she mixes it up on the rebounding end. When she's offensively minded, she helps our team go.
The schedule coming up, you have AB, Fairmont, and Bluefield are the next 3 games. Talk a little bit about the rivalry with AB and what you expect to see from them on Saturday.
We're just excited to play again. We're coming off of a win. We want to keep that winning streak going. AB is struggling a little bit this year, but that doesn't mean anything to us. We want to continue playing the way we've been playing and hopefully come out with a win on Saturday at 5:30.
Now, that Bluefield State game that I mentioned will be Breast Cancer Awareness Week during women's college basketball, and that will be a game that you're honoring that. So talk a little bit about what that means to you and how people can contribute to that.
It's our Pink Zone game, which is in conjunction with the Women's Basketball Association, the WVCA, and honoring Coach Kay Yao, who passed away last year of breast cancer. And it's our way of trying to give back and also trying to prevent and knock out a disease that affects millions of women around the country and even women in the women's basketball arena. What we'll be doing is anybody who wears pink will get in for free, and we'll be having a raffle, and we'll also be honoring some breast cancer survivors in the area at halftime.
Now, how can people, that will be halftime of the Bluefield State game, and then that week continues as then you go to West Liberty and Pitt Johnstown, where they will be probably celebrating that as well. Just real quick, having the week off, you have from Saturday to Saturday. Is that a good resting time for the team, or are you just anxious to get back?
We're anxious to get back, but it's a great rest for us. We have some of our players who are banged up. You saw Chelsea Davis didn't start. We have some nagging injuries that rest is going to help, and this week is going to help us with a little bit of rest. It's also going to help us fine-tune some of the things that we really need to work on, that sometimes when you have back-to-back games, you don't really have the ability to get in and really put the work in that you need to do. All
right. Well, thank you very much for coming on the show, Coach. The Lady Yellow Jackets play this Saturday at 2 o'clock against in-conference rival Alderson Broaddus. We'll be right back on the Coach's Corner with coach of the men's basketball team, Brian Poor.